I had a dream last night.
I'm scrolling on my phone and I see reels of all my friends being at a concert of one of the most famous artists in Bulgaria, Aziz. Everything is in red lights and the concert is so big that it can be heard from anywhere in the city. Meanwhile, I am planning a trip with my father. It's 2 a.m. in the morning and we decide to leave. We ride down the highway and I poke my head through the window, just listen to the concert. I see the red lights from the huge stage and feel grateful that I'm going on that trip with my father. I'm not missing out, am I? My father says, let's turn the radio on. And I come back inside the car and sit in peace with my father.
That day, I suddenly realized that I was no longer driving it conscious, and I was in a different dimension for me. The circuit for me was a tunnel, which I was just going, and I realized I was well beyond my conscious understanding.
My original plan was to go to a concert with my friends, but after the dream, I decided to go to the beach with my family. Since I was a kid, I've always had vivid dreams almost every night. And sometimes they seem so real that when I wake up, I get confused if this is the real world or my dream was the real world. And I've always wondered, what are all the kinds of dreams that somebody can have? And I feel like I've experienced most of them. I've had dreams that predict my future. I've had dreams where I solve problems and when I wake up, the problem is solved. Like, in in this case, a couple of days ago, where I dreamed of me and my father going on that trip instead of me going to the concert. And then I decided, oh, I should cancel my plans and just go to the seaside. And it's weird. Every time I'm in a dream, it feels like I'm in another dimension, like I'm traveling. And sometimes I'm in my body, like I feel that I'm myself in the dream. And sometimes I feel like I know that I'm somebody else. I've had a lot of dreams where I'm in the body of a guy, like I'm some man. And it's so interesting because I get to live a life that is not mine in my dreams. It's so weird. And usually dreams deal with the things we have experienced, but they're more based on imagination than what we are thinking about in our day-to-day life. Dreams happen during rapid eye movement sleep, in short REM sleep. And there are two types of sleep, the REM sleep and the non-REM sleep. According to the National Sleep Foundation, the average person dreams 4 to 6 hours per night. And you might spend up to 2 hours in your dream, which is a long time. And usually most of the dreams you remember are the ones that happen right before you wake up. When we start learning more what's going on psychologically while we dream, it gets even more interesting. In a study published in the National Library of Medicine in 2010 by Yuval Nir and Giulio Tononi, was found that dreams stem more from imagination, the memories, abstract thoughts, and wishes pumped up from deep within your brain, instead from perception, the vivid sensory experiences you collect in your forebrain. So this is one of the reasons why a lot of the dreams we have are so abstract and so weird. Another interesting fact is that experts believe that the brainstem generates REM sleep and the forebrain generates dreams. In fact, if the brainstem is injured, patients dream but don't go into REM sleep. And if the forebrain is injured, patients go into REM sleep but don't dream. It's quite easy to forget your dreams when you wake up. That's why every evening I set my journal right next to my bed, so when I wake up, I sit and write my dreams first thing in the morning. Most people don't remember their dreams, but maybe nobody has told you that, but you have to train the remembering part of the dream, because the more you make yourself be conscious of your dreams, the more you can gain from them and the more they can help you in your life. For me, dreams are a source of ideas, and sometimes they do help me solve problems. For you, you might find something even more interesting in your dreams, because everybody's dreams are unique, as we all are unique. So if you're curious to find out more about what do you dream of, what's going on in your subconscious, and get those ideas from your dreams, try that. You can, as I said, just get a journal or buy some notebook and set it next to your bed, and every morning just write down. Maybe the first couple of mornings is gonna be hard. Maybe you wouldn't remember anything. So in those mornings you can create a story. You can use it for a little bit creative time for yourself. So you just sit down and write some story, whatever you want to write. And that's a great habit to have. There are bees here. I don't know where their nest is, but there are bees here. Yeah. And so now I'm gonna finish my salad and continue the video.